Drake may possibly be the biggest loser in the hip-hop genre. He went from being arguably the #1 rapper in the world to losing one of the most critical rap battles of his career and being taken off everyone's top 5 overnight. And when you thought that he couldn't take another L, Drake is in the headlines again for losing again to Kendrick Lamar, twice. The pathetic lawsuit that Drake has filed against UMG has officially been dismissed. And honestly, filing the lawsuit came with heavy criticism from the hip-hop community because simply he lost. And yeah, Kendrick called him a pedophile, but it is what it is. It wasn't that serious. For Drake to file a lawsuit over defamation may possibly be the most Drake thing to do after a rap battle. I mean, he turned himself into a verb. Drake filed a defamation lawsuit against his own label, Universal Music Group, aka UMG. Not Kendrick Lamar directly, but it was because of Not Like Us. This alone tells you how personal it got. Drake said UMG didn't just sit back while Kendrick dissed them. He claimed they actively promoted the track, boosted the marketing, and let the whole Drake's a predator narrative go unchecked, all while he was still signed under their system. He felt as if his own label let the world drag him. Drake's lawyers tried to frame this as defamation, basically saying Kendrick's lyrics crossed from being bars into real-world accusations that could destroy his name and safety. The line he focused on was that pedophile implication, because that's not a small insult. Drake's lawyers tried to frame this as defamation, basically saying Kendrick's lyrics crossed from being bars into real-world accusations that could destroy his name and safety. The line he focused on was that pedophile implication, because it's not just a small insult. That's a character assassination if people believe it. But UMG's lawyers came back with one of the strongest defenses you can have in a case like this: context. They told the court, this isn't journalism, it's rap beef. Diss tracks live in exaggeration, mockery, metaphors, and coded shots. It's all about the show. You can't take it word for word like a news headline. And the judge agreed. She basically said a reasonable listener wouldn't believe any of these lyrics are actual facts. Translation: if you are in a rap feud and the other rapper calls you a snitch, a killer, a creep, the law assumes that fans know that this isn't a sworn statement, it's just art. That's the foundation of dismissal. The court said Not Like Us was rhetorical, and it still falls under free speech, even if the words sting, even if they ruin your image. As long as it's artistic expression, it's untouchable. But there's more under the surface. Drake's lawsuit hinted at a deeper frustration, not just with the diss, but about how much control labels have over narratives. UMG owns the distribution for both Drake and Kendrick, so when Not Like Us exploded, topping charts, getting pushed on playlists, Drake felt as if his own label was playing both sides. He was basically saying, y'all making money off of a track that's tearing me down. And the truth is, the argument hits emotionally, but legally, it doesn't move the needle. The court doesn't care if it's disrespectful. They care if it's false and factual. And the judge ruled that nothing factual is here to disprove. She even noted that the pedophile line wasn't a direct statement. It was layered in rap wordplay, implications, and metaphors. The court said no. A reasonable person would interpret it as Kendrick presenting evidence. It's part of a decades-old tradition. Battle talk, not accusation. So the case just died there. No defamation, no damages. Now, Drake's side said that he's appealing, but let's be real, that's a long shot. He'd have to prove that the listeners actually believed the lyrics were real, which is almost impossible when the judge already said the context makes it clear that they're not. The court even had a clear blueprint on how to solve this case. See, back in 2018, you know the actor Michael Rapaport? He went to Barstool Sports. He sued, claiming that they spread lies about him, called him all kinds of wild stuff, damaged his name, and wanted the courts to hold them accountable. But the courts shut it down. Why? Because in public beefs, online feuds, or situations where the context is obvious, the law sees that a lot of statements as opinions, not facts. It's obvious. It's a part of a fight, not some sworn declaration. You can't sue over that. That case basically became the playbook on how courts handle public disputes and messy viral arguments. Fast forward to Drake. His lawsuit against UMG over Kendrick Lamar's track, Not Like Us, is the same principle. Drake said UMG didn't just sit back. He claimed that they actively promoted the track, letting Kendrick drop lyrics that painted him in the worst light, specifically implying that he was a pedophile. Drake felt that his reputation, his safety, and even his family was at risk. And although he wasn't suing Kendrick Lamar directly, he went right after the label, saying that they had a hand in pushing this narrative. But regardless of how Drake felt about it, the case got dismissed. Boom, it's done. So Drake loses in court, but the cultural story is complicated. Once a line like pedophile gets attached to your name, even in a diss, it's hard to scrub off. It's not just a lyric. It's a narrative that spreads faster than the truth. And in other words, Drake lost round one, UMG walked, Kendrick walk, but the lesson is clear. In rap beefs, the courts side with art and context over outrage. The fight is public, the bars are vicious, and legally, that's fair game. And not only that Drake is labeled a pedophile for life, he also is in nobody's top 5 anymore. I mean, he has completely lost all over to his rap. I mean, like, I don't even see people talking about Drake no more. But still, this is a case that exposed something interesting. The line between art and accusation has become completely blurred, especially in hip hop. Social media made rap beefs more like documentaries than performances. Fans analyze lyrics like court evidence, not punchlines. So even if the law says it's just art, we all know the public not gonna see it like that. Yeah, I don't see Drake as a pedophile, but if you think I'm not side-eyeing him, if you think I'm not looking at him a little different after that beef, then you just lying to yourself. That's what Drake was really fighting, not UMG in the courtroom, but the culture outside of it. The memes, the headlines, the YouTubers, a way a lyric can shift public opinion faster than the truth can catch up. Legally, he lost. Publicly, it's complicated. People still look at him as a PDF because once a line like pedophile gets attached to your name, even in a diss, it's not just bars anymore. It's a narrative. And you can't just sue your way out of it. It sucks because Drake is no longer top 5. Damn, I said it. Drake is no longer top 5. Take him out your top 5. He's trash. He's not a rapper. He has no rapper etiquette. Bro, you suing after a rap beef? Hell nah. And Drake was one of my favorites, bro. And I still listen to Drake, but he's not top 5. I'm sorry. He's not top 5. Sorry. Sue me, Drake. Yo, you already know what it is. It's your boy KPC coming in with another trigger warning. For the ones who like to shine and wear the jewelry, make sure you go hit up my page, Brooklyn Floors, and come hit me up because I do have the jewelry for the low. That's a fizzy. It's your boy KPZ. I shoot films, not people. Get the fuck out of here.